morning. We are heading to Norna. We got all the stuff for Norna in here. The boat. I think my plan is to work on the water tanks. I got a sander, so I'll sand these down and paint them.
You sand those spots down too, correct?
Yeah, start sanding the hull.
I would just do the spots and build the coats up on them. That's from the mooring ball, all that stuff.
Yeah. We're even missing a plug right there.
Yeah. Here's a little battery you can use.
Yeah. And I think Pete's gonna work on putting
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
he's gonna work on putting the exhaust on the engine and hopefully cleaning out the engine area. That whole aft cabin needed a good cleaning. I never got to that.
There's a cord right there. It'd be nice to get these kind of just sanded out and ready to.
Alright, the bus is emptied out. This is actually a part that Jim gave us for self-steering. I don't think it'll necessarily fit on Norna, but we're going to try to work it on the Pacific Seacraft and test it all out on the Pacific Seacraft and get it all working. And then maybe bring it to Norna and see if we can adjust it to work on Norna as well. So we're going to try to do both. I think there's something wrong with this can of bilge coat. I mean, I stirred it really good, like really good.
That looks pretty good on the roller.
Yeah, and then I gotta roll it on, and it's like, it's like clear. Oh no, yeah, this stuff ain't working at all. I stirred it one more time and let it sit for 10 minutes, and then it worked like normal. Weird. Finished pulling out any remaining caulking out of these seams. So I'm going to go along and vacuum it up now. This is what we're going to be doing for hours and hours and hours and hours. Clean the bilge and it's dead. No wonder why that seam was leaking. See daylight through it. So far we filled a bucket full of oakum and cotton. For those of you that are just tuning in and have not followed us from the beginning, what we're doing is redoing the roof of our boat, the decks of our boat. Norna was leaking pretty bad when we were in Florida. We're actually raking out traditional deck seams, which is oakum and tar, and going to rehammer in the oakum and tar once we get the old stuff out. And a lot of people would ask, why don't we glass the decks? Well, Norna isn't built to glass. You wouldn't be able to wrap the glass. There's nowhere to put to end it, so it wouldn't work on this boat. And also, I mean, it's not really built like that. This is a traditional boat. It's the way it's built isn't for that. It's traditional, so it would ruin this boat.
Glass could crack. There's all kinds of. It could run. All the edges.
Yeah.
It's not like this is a piece of trim you can take off. You'd have to lay plywood from here to here, and then glass over the top of that oak, which may not stick. And then you're gonna go around all those
bulwarks and yeah, just too much. So we're gonna stick to the traditional thing anyway, and also, she was already tarred, so nothing's really gonna stick to the deck anyway. So we're just gonna stick to tar. It's sticky stuff. Back to work. I've almost got this whole deck up here. We started it last year. Didn't finish it, but started it. So it's almost done here, and then we can move on to the other side. Morning. Camped out at the boatyard. Now we are heading to a job. There's a guy that's got some insulation that got eaten by rats. So he wants us to rip out the insulation. So, I think that'll be my job while Pete works on Norna.
Look out your window. Just no, don't do that. Just look at it.
I can't see if I don't lean forward.
I'm not talking about using the mirror. I'm talking about just looking at like that.
We went and looked at a little job that we could do here. A guy has, he has some insulation that got eaten by rats in his boat. So we're gonna dig that out for him and cut in some hatches. You okay?
The point of that mess poked me right in my hip.
Ow. Deck number 1 ready. This deck is now ready to put in oakum and tar. I'm going to sand this all down, and then that will be the next deck that will be ready for oakum and tar, and then we can start on the other side. Second coat of bilge coat on our water tanks, and Pete is busily trying to pull apart our deck box and our propane box to move it from its place so that we can pull the cotton out from underneath them and check underneath them. So that's what he's busy doing.
Good morning, everyone.
Milk. Thank you, Gordon.
You're welcome.
I bet you can turn the fridge on right now.
I think I can. So, we have been camping out in the bus. It's been really nice, actually. Yesterday was a little rougher. I was really tired. Just getting used to change is always the difficult part. Whenever you experience a little bit of change, it always throws your schedule off and everything, so.
Layla adapts well.
Yeah, she's a good girl. She has trouble. Ooh, there's a spider right there. Can you take your shoe off and give it to me? Both your shoes? And squish that. Where's the spider? We found one rat's nest. It was in our dock box. And this was the remaining stuff from it. Some little pieces of tissue and dog hair. I'm glad they collected all the dog hair, though. We probably had a lot of dog hair in the area. There it is. Any rat poop? No. Weird. Maybe they birthed their little babies in there. Aw. Well, didn't look like any damage was done, so that was good. Be improving the way we put this dock box in. Side of the water tanks and check all the caulking on the top. I'm gonna sand it all off and then put a nice fresh bead over the top of that. But I gotta get some caulking tomorrow, huh?
Bear's got something stuck on his leg. Here, I'll help you. There! That's better. Hello. So I think this year we're just going to touch up the paint. We're not going to actually fully paint Norna. Sort of get the worst of it, sand it down, touch it up. And then next year, when we get back, we'll throw a coat on her before we throw her in the water. Anyways, so we are busily working away. Pete is raking out cotton up there, and I am raking out cotton back here. Well, got the big picture all done. There's a couple little details to do. I got this whole area, I gotta get rid of some tar. And over here too, and I actually missed a seam underneath the vacuum. But other than that, it's good for now. The bigger part is done. Where is it? Oh, wait, that's not it. Here it is. I broke my ring. This is the third time this ring has broken. Kind of an interesting time. It seems to happen during stressful moments in our relationships or moments in our life. But anyways, so I gotta get this fixed again. Pretty interesting. This ring has been a symbol of a lot of things the last 10 years, or however long it's been. Pete and Ava actually gave me this ring when we were in, where were we, in Cambero? Yeah, we were in Cambero, Spain, and it's kind of a promise, and I was threatening to break the promise a couple days ago, and then the ring broke, so, and that's happened 3 other times, so that should tell you guys something. He's hammering away on his fucking boat. Pete hasn't even gotten caulking out yet. He's just been breaking tar all day.
There's some cotton for you.
There is another bucket full of oakum and cotton.